Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Rowe talking about lesson 16, Cramer's rules to solve a system of equations. So I'm going to show you the rules first. I'm going to show you a couple of examples, try to help you simplify this so you can get through this lesson. So let's take a look. So here's what we're going to be given. We're going to be given a system. A1 plus B1 equals C1, A2 plus B2 equals C2. And to use Cramer's rules, we're going to find a series of determinants. Use those determinants to find x and y. So the first determinant is the coefficient matrix. So this is I'm writing down some notes. You're writing down that this is the coefficient matrix. If I can spell it right. So Mr. Rowe teaches math. Coefficient. I'm trying to save a little space too. That's not helping. So the coefficient matrix. So to get the coefficient matrix, we're just going to take the A's and the B's. So A1, B1, A2, and B2. So that's the coefficient matrix. Second one is the X matrix. That's why it's called D sub X. So now to get the D matrix, we're going to take the C's we're going to put them in the matrix first. So C1, C2, and the B's. B1, B2. So it kind of makes sense that if we're finding X, we don't use the X values. Kind of makes sense. And let's make sure we know there are X's and Y's here. Looks like I left those out when I wrote these. Okay. And so dy, or the Y matrix, well, if it makes sense to not use the X values or the X coefficients when you're finding X, then it also kind of makes sense not to use the Y coefficients when you're finding Y. So we're going to put the Y coefficients in A1, B, A2. We're going to leave out the B's. So this will become C1, C2. And so what you're going to do is we're going to find the determinant of each one of these. And then to get X, we're going to put dx over d. To find Y, we're going to put dy over d. So it sounds like a lot of work, but when you get started, it really goes kind of quick. So let's take a look at our first example. So we've got negative x plus 3y equals negative 9. We've got negative 3x plus 3y equals negative 3. And here's this, but just in case you don't, no number there, 1 right there. So that's going to be A1 in our problem. So we're going to go ahead and set up our three matrices and find the determinant. So D, the coefficient matrix. We got negative 1, negative 3, 3, and 3. Our dx matrix. That is an X. Remember, we're going to leave out the A's. We're going to put in the C's first. And then we're going to get the Y matrix. Again, this time, picking up those x coefficients, we're leaving out the y coefficients, and we're putting in our constant coefficients. Now we're going to find the determinant of each. Remember, down, -1 times 3 is -3, minus the up, -3 times 3 is -9. Using our rules for subtraction, that's going to give me 6. Okay, my D matrix, down, -27. -9 times 3 is -27, minus the up, -3 times 3 is -9. Keep change there again. That's going to give me -18. Find the y. And so we've got down, -3 times -1 is +3, minus up, -3 times -9 is +27. Using our rules for subtraction, that's going to give me -24. And so now I'm going to find my x and my y. X is going to equal the dx over the d, so -18 over 6, which is -3. So y is going to equal the dy over the d, -24 over 6, which is -4. So my final answer, ladies and gentlemen, guessed it, -3, -4. And that's done. Looks like a lot of work, but it really works out nicely, especially if you've got fractions. So here is our next example. We're going to go through the same exact thing. Set up our D matrix. Remember, that's the coefficients. Remember, there's a 1 there. So we got 1, -6, 5, and 3. We're going to set up our D of x matrix. Remember, for dx, we're not going to use the x coefficients. We're going to use the constant coefficients first. And then we're going to use the y coefficients. Okay, now we're going to find the y. Remember, this time we're going to pull those x's back in. We're going to skip the y coefficients and put in those constant coefficients. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and find the determinant of each. That's +3 minus -30. That's going to give me 33. Okay. We got +21 minus 75. We'll do that math. We're going to get -54. And then finally, we've got 15 minus -42. We're going to use our keep change rule there. We're going to get +57. And then we're going to find our x and our y. So remember, x is dx over d. So -54 over 33. Those both are divisible by 3. So we're going to divide by 3 and get negative 18 over 11. Let's change colors. Y is going to equal dy over d. So we're going to go 57 over 33. Yep, those are both divisible by 3. So that's going to give me 19 over 11. That's my final answer. Hope that helps. Send me a teacher message